Pretty good. There's so many bots here. Should fix that. Damn. Big bots getting me to work early. How you do? I'm doing pretty good actually. Uh, this week was pretty good. Uh, Tuesday was a great stream. No, I'll just ban that bot. And I would say my job has overall gotten better. Oh, I forgot to change the stream titles. Da, 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 da. Or fix that. Yeah, so I'll tell you, just to let you guys know, I do have like my job is more or less collections, but you can be flexible with how you approach things. So what I love about my job is that it has two, or not two, but many different people you can talk to. I had one call where I did my opening and I asked how come his account fell behind and what we can do to help him. And he said, well, I just had cancer. I was just diagnosed with it and I've been through chemotherapy and so I don't think, and so I completely forgot about the whole thing, and I apologize for that, sir. I was just thinking for a long time about how I'll meet my wife soon, in heaven. And I'm like, fuck. But I was able to help the guy out. I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and automate some of these things for you. That way you don't have to worry about that and you can focus on other things. Yeah, you can call that a justified trauma dump. Hey Recon, how's it going? Yeah, it was a justified trauma dump. He just learned about it. Or he just went through chemotherapy. Or he just learned about his cancer like a week ago, and he's going through chemotherapy right now. Wait, do a Starlight Banquet. But yeah, that was something, and that happens more times than I would like to admit. So there's the other call that I had recently. Honestly, I love this call. So the way how I had to do my job is that I had to like, even though we were calling the person, we had to make sure that we're speaking to the right person and not some person who was trying to take advantage of their account. Like for example, let's say for example, Nixon. If I wanted to call in to Nixon and say, hey, you are behind on your account. If a person on the other line says that they're Nixon, but they're not, that just means they can do whatever they want to your account, and you'd be like, nah, I'm not paying. In fact, I'm closing the account. You can go ahead and do that for me, and then hang up. And then on our end, if that guy saying that they're Nixon says that they want to close their account, then we would have to do that because that was authorized by the person owning the account. So all that to say is that even though we're doing outbound calls and telling people, hey, where's the money, we still have to make sure that we're talking to the right person. So we have verification steps to ensure that we do that correctly. All that preamble to say is, when I did this one call and I was doing the verification steps, like, the guy just said, the fuck is this about? And I'm like, sir, I would love to talk to you about that. I just need to go through the verification steps first. That way we know that we're speaking to the right person. It's like, I know what the fuck's on my account. Like, why do you need to do that? Like, you're the one who has my account. You know what's on it. And I just repeat it. It's like, sir, like, yes, we are calling you about something, but granted that we know, like, granted you are the right person. As long as we can get through these steps and I can help you out. And then so we finally did it. And then I told him that he's behind. And he's like, the fuck I'm not! I just paid it 2 weeks ago! And then I checked it. And then I saw that, yes, he did pay 2 weeks ago. But he actually missed the month before. So he must have not noticed. And so I told him that. I was like, yes, I do see you have a payment here, but you actually missed the month before. And then something just kind of broke in his mind, because he just started to cuss me the fuck out. He's like, no, the fuck it did not. Like, I pay it every fucking week. This fucking bank always tries to mess me the fuck up. No, you better fix this shit right now. And I was like, huh. And so I basically had to explain to him like 5 times what was wrong with his account. And he just didn't really want to admit that he messed up. Honestly, that was the best call I had all week. Because at the end of it, he actually said, you know what, man? I'm fucking sorry. You know, I tend to go off and shit. Man, your fucking bank, not you, you're cool, but your fucking bank always tried to screw me over. Did you try to rage bait him a little? Nah. Nah. The funniest part, and I I must have just like deleted this from my mind, but I just remember he said this. He said, "Man, your bank is full of shit. Like, they keep trying to raise the interest on me, man. It's like buying pussy is cheaper than this shit." And I was like, huh. I guess you know about that. A crazy client. Yeah, honestly, I like that guy. I want to talk to him again, honestly. I mean, is he wrong? Not. It depends. It depends on the quality, right? Okay, I need to change the title on Twitch as well. That real quick. You have patients ever saying, honestly, it's part of the job. I just started there, like, at this point it's 2 months ago. Maybe a little over that. So I don't have the longevity yet in order to get a promotion. Because the idea is that my ultimate goal, even though it's a call center, is to get off the phones. And the best way to get off the phones is to become a coach, a supervisor, or a trainer. Now, if you become a trainer, you actually just lose your account because you're supposed to not be on phones at all because you're too busy training people. So that may be the ultimate goal, but there's also like a lot of work and a lot of responsibility. Might not be for me. It kind of depends. It's on the table. But there's being a coach, and then there's being a supervisor. If you're a supervisor, you're also not on the phones. But again, it's a lot of responsibility and a lot of things to uphold. Being a trainer is probably the easier path, just based on what I've been seeing. And if you're a coach, being a coach is the hardest thing. Because you have to walk around the building, not the building, but the little hub where all the phones are. And then when someone needs help, they'll go, "Hey, I need help!" And you gotta run over to them. Stop scamming, sorry. But people like that I just described is actually not a lot. Like, that's the worst I've seen. And in fact, I showed that call to my supervisor, and he says he's been there for like a whole year, and that's like the craziest he's heard in a while. And he's listened to a lot of calls for coaching. So honestly, any racist yet? Well, I don't think they actually. I guess if you're speaking generally, there's no one's been racist towards me. The craziness might fly to you, maybe not. There has been no one who's racist. There's only really been people who are political heavy. So basically, whenever I call in, it's like, "Hey, how come your account fell behind?" You're like, and basically, I know someone said, "It's this goddamn inflation, fucking Trump." Like, that's basically it. I think that's like the most loony I've seen so far, besides that guy I just told you about. I heard more sob stories. Here's an interesting one. There was one when a guy said, "Surprise city in China." Where the guy said that he got ran over by a car and he was put in the hospital, and like that experience made him realize that life's too short. So he's just been partying a lot and using his money, and that's why his credit card got so high. But he's like, yeah, man, I'll take care of it. Like, I just thank God I'm still alive and stuff. And it's like, oh, like, I'm sorry to hear that happened to you, sir. It's like, no, it's cool. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting. You get some pretty interesting calls, and then you have like the very short calls, the very short ones. Like I just had one yesterday, or 2 days ago actually, where I literally just was calling and just waiting for the person to answer, and the person picked up and says, "I'll pay for it later," and then he hangs up. I'm like, okay. Do you have color special costume? No. I don't buy costumes on C inside. I buy everything on the global side because that's where I have everything consolidated. It's cool. Yeah. That's probably the best part about the job. You just get a wide variety of people to discuss things with. At first I hated it, or rather, I was starting to not like it. I can't say hate. Mainly because I was too worried about my stats, because whenever you actually don't get a payment over the phone, it's a hit to your stats. But then I just learned to just not care about that. Literally, like, I just don't care about that now. Like, if I get it, I get it, and if I don't, I don't. And then ever since then, the job's been pretty good, not gonna lie. Oh, flirting. Yeah, so I didn't have anyone flirt with me yet. Not at this job. I had got flirted with in other jobs. But I know one person. She's very perky over the phone. So I don't know how that triggers inside of people, because it doesn't trigger on me. I find it more funny than anything. But she's very perky. And so what she has told me is that a lot of guys over the phone hit on her. So she uses that to her advantage in order to get the payment. And then once the payment is done, usually the guys tend to go a step further, because she's like, okay, it's all done. Do you have any other questions? And he's like, yeah. What are you wearing? and then she's like, oh, sir, I just need to remind you that this call is recorded. It's like, he says, I don't mind. That's all she told me. I was like, I just told her, it's like, yeah, if they go like start doing like that, you're okay to hang up the phone. You don't have to sit through that. He's on the Pokemon South 3 sim fishing? Pretty much, yeah. Are you a phone? Because I want to ring you. Oh my god, Nixon. I never heard that one before. That was actually pretty creative. But apparently she's not even doing that great with her stats. That's what she's told me. But she's very a glass half full person, so maybe she just focuses more on the time she misses it than when she hits. But I think as far as like stats are concerned, on my team, out of all of the new hires is between me and another person as to who has drawn in the most money for the company through payments. Otherwise, as far as like no resolutions are concerned, basically ones without payments, we're also pretty high on those, but we also tend to be the ones most focused on getting calls, while everyone else just kind of like doesn't. They just have their phone on like idle, and then they just talk a lot and have fun. And honestly, I kind of want to be like one of those people, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I got a job to do. I charge you by the minute for her. Oh yeah, I remember those. I remember those. I forgot what those are called. But yeah, that's an old thing. I don't think they do that anymore because, well, you can just... There's so many more options now, like Twitch. Okay, it's past 10:15. A booty call? That's the prevailing option over all others, so I don't count this. Okay, so as far as Starlight Banquet is concerned, I did do some of this just to see if it was actually worth streaming for. There is some content involved in this. I did a little bit. So you're going to miss the beginning. So effectively for the beginning, they just talk about how they want to start a party. And the commander's job here is to basically help the dolls set up their party. That's the long and short of it. There actually is some maps involved in here too. I just did a map where you're doing that training map where you're playing soccer. That was one of the maps that I just played. So yeah, this seems a little lengthy. We'll see what goes on here. I don't know how long this is. So ultimately, if this is a short thing, then I'll do some gameplay related stuff on the global side. When is part 2 coming? I think it's 2 weeks from now. Resident Evil Story Part 2. I'll plan on doing that tomorrow, actually. I want to keep that to tomorrow. Finally in level, very good gun. Yeah, it is. The thing is, I think Jengyu's gun is not that much stronger compared to Golden Melody. Commander! Macchiato and I are preparing the drinks for the banquet. Commander, come and give us some suggestions. Do we have to trouble the commander with this kind of thing? Aren't you trying to guess the commander's preferences? Wouldn't it be faster to just ask him directly? Commander, come try my drink. I guarantee it will make your heart race. Okay, yeah, so this was the thing too. So you actually have to pick which one you want to quote-unquote spend time with. And at least from what I've seen, it does lock you out of the other suggestion, or the other route. So I had to pick between one of these two. So I'll leave it to you guys. Which one do you want to pick? I'll try to not do a poll. Actually, should I just do a poll? Because I know a lot of people actually just watched and they don't type in here. So just to have them feel more involved, I'll go ahead and put it down. And so everyone feels involved. It pulls up. I'll give it 3 minutes, I guess. So at 10:26. Now, I do see in the chat there is pretty even in the chat. As far as the poll is concerned, is also pretty even. Yeah, I think the first time, if I remember right, I think it was between Springfield and Cinteracy. And I picked Cinteracy for that one. Yeah, they're both very good options. Yeah, Nixon, that's primarily why I picked Cinteracy. It's because we get a lot of Springfield as is, so like, you know, let's just spend time with Cinteracy. Not type 2 diabetes. Spicy versus diabetes. Alright, we got 2 minutes to go, and Macchiato's in the lead by 58%. The food poisoning drawers are going to win. Hey, Macchiato is one of the what, top 10 or top 5 even most popular dolls in Ghost Frontline. Personally, I think Queehaw's very interesting and very hot in multiple fashions. For anything but food. Oh, you'd be surprised. People find the fact that Macchiato can't cook kind of hot. Because that means you can cook for her instead. 1 minute left. Macchiato's at 59% now. I know people were trying to push her down, but I think more Macchiato and George like, no! She's gonna win. Okay, poll's over. Thanks for voting, peeps. We're going with Macchiato. I recommend you my caramel macchiato. Of course it's not because I can't make anything else. It's just that I'm more confident when it comes to making caramel macchiatos. Please, make one for me. Wait, what making... Didn't you want to make one for me? Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. I'm the one saying that. Please, make one for me. I'm curious about the drinks macchiato that you make. Do you prefer the sweeter or more bitter? Oh, let's go a little bitter, because we know that macchiato, she doesn't know how much is too sweet, so we'll go with a little bitter. A little bitter. I prefer edible. You hesitated for a moment, Commander. The aroma of caramel and coffee is relaxing. At first, there's the bitterness of the coffee, followed by the sweetness of the caramel that neutralizes the bitterness. Wait, is there a little too much caramel? Is it really okay to add so much caramel to the coffee? Commander, have a taste. Well, I will try. I feel like these are both the same option. In fact, I think they are. But we know what we're getting into. I'll try. Are you sure it's not too sweet? Commander, are you worried that the drink I made isn't delicious enough? Although I may not be as good as making cakes as a manager, I wouldn't mess up the caramel macchiato. This is delicious. This is delicious. I can see why you like caramel macchiatos. I'm starting to like you too. Like? What's that all of a sudden? I didn't expect you to be so good at cooking. No, it's just that I've studied caramel macchiatos a bit more. It's not difficult to make. If you want to learn, Commander, I can always teach you. I'm definitely a professional when it comes to making this drink. You should try making this too. Alright, we survived. Make a special drink. Where is it? Oh, it was right there. I gotta go across from here. Oh, no minigame? We just fucking made a drink. The Elmo Special. A drink personally made by the Commander. Following everyone's suggestions, many tasty ingredients were added. The final taste is a mystery, perfectly reflecting the Commander's improvisational style. The final taste is a mystery? Could you please show us Helen? She's my new religion. She's probably going to show up here during this event. Delicious! Commander, your cooking skills are excellent! Making drinks isn't complicated as long as you have a recipe. It's not that simple. You can taste the care the Commander put into it if you savor it properly. We will prepare the most perfect foods for the banquet. It'll be a meal that lets the Commander feel our sincerity. We got sofas. Next up is Joyful Heartbeat. Florence and Colpine insisted on giving the Commander a full-body checkup, while the other side, Lukai and Mekti, were already preparing the supplies needed for the banquet. Oh, I didn't even have an option. Oh, Commander, I heard you had a lot to eat yesterday. Eating too much at once will upset your stomach. Should I give you a checkup? Commander. Physical checkups should be left to professional medical dolls, right? Ah, a professional medical doll? The Commander must have experienced it yesterday. The feeling of a racing heart. I'm very familiar with this special feeling. She literally has heart pupils. I guarantee, in this field, I'm an expert. There are many reasons for a rapid heartbeat. Excessive caffeine or alcohol intake can both cause it. A thorough examination is necessary to ensure the commander's health. You know what? I don't know why I saw health as death. But yeah, it's health. Alright, poll again. Florence versus Colfine. I'm gonna lower this to 2 minutes this time. So 35. I think 3 minutes was a little bit too long. The Varieger war criminal or the person who will fucking kill us. Since I'm waiting, wait, does the CN server have the option to translate to English, or is it a separate mod tool? It's not necessarily a mod tool, it's a mod file. If you go onto the official Ghost Frontline Discord, Ghost Frontline 2, that is, and just search English patch, it should pop up. You just download a file and then you put it somewhere. It's very easy to do. The only setback is that you just sometimes have to wait for the patch to be updated once the game updates, because you had to update it every time the game updates. Lawrence at 57%. We are almost done. Once it hits 35, I'm closing the poll. Our organs harvested. Oh, ending poll. Yeah, not surprised by this one. Colfine has a lot of fans, but Florence... Yeah, Florence is, he's something.
Wow.
Let me see the commander's condition now. Your heart is beating very fast. You should be fine, right? I wonder how long this heart rate can be maintained. Commander, come a little closer. It's still a bit too difficult to feel the heartbeat with just your hand. You have to be close enough. Don't you need a stethoscope? Oh, I'd like to feel your heartbeat by pressing against you like this, Commander. After I get closer, your heartbeat would be faster, right? I'm so looking forward to seeing your expression when your heart races. I decided what kind of medicine to prepare for you. What kind of medicine? I can only tell you if you close your eyes. She always does this, by the way. Don't close your eyes. He closed his eyes. Why? I closed my eyes and felt something being put into my lips. Once it entered my mouth, the sweet taste of candy filled my mouth. Candy? It's not something weird, is it? It's a sweet digestive tablet. With this, you can eat as much as you want at the party with no problem. What were you thinking about just now when you closed your eyes, Commander? Were you looking forward to my treatment methods? If you want a more stimulating treatment method, you can find me anytime. Alright, it looks like it was just candy. False alarm. It's laxative. The list is ready. I'll leave the shopping to you. Okay. Mekti and I will finish the shopping and be back as soon as possible. Yeah, when the party starts, I'm going to find a corner and lie down for the whole night. By the way, we don't have to do our daily training on the day of the party, right? Daily training can't be stopped. Okay, then today's mission should count as our daily training, right? Of course. Great! Thankfully there shouldn't be too many things on the list. Wait, who wanted the beanbag chair? I wanted one so bad. Isn't that what you wanted? The gift I requested is nothing compared to a beanbag chair. Wanting doesn't mean having. I know it's a lottery, but with the size of a beanbag chair, you can guess which package it is just by looking at the volume, right? It's rare to find such a good job. Ah, this must be a perk for me, Kukai. Thank you. Ah, supply preparation. Oh, this is a mission. Okay. I don't know what this is. What mission is this? Everyone, cheer up and move the... Cheer up? Okay, everyone, cheer up and move the purchase goods back to Tiomo. Right. I can rest after I get back. Oh, this is an actual mission. Okay. I got preset dolls. Why is one of them AK-15? You said level 45. Where you have this? No damage. When attacked by units from the direction where the wind is blowing, the unit is pushed 2 tiles towards the direction where the wind is blowing. At the end of the turn, if the unit's ability is greater than 50%, it is pushed 1 tile towards it. Yeah, okay, yeah. If the unit's ability is less than 50% but greater than 0, it is pushed 3 tiles. Okay. Wind barrier speed tiles take reduced by 4 points, and this team becomes immune to damage. And this... Okay. There's damage immunity. Okay, so if we have to... Does this mean we have to push them off? That's what I think this is. We have to push them off. I didn't expect her to be thinking. Wait. That's awkward. I don't think we can do that. I'm pretty sure she just gets blown off. We'll see what happens. And if I have to redo it, I'll redo it. Yeah, there she goes. So I don't think I'm gonna pull back. Not that I know that is a thing. It's so wide. What do you mean by slapping her butt? It's a BD2 thing. Don't worry about it. There was a minigame in BD2 where you're literally slapping a girl's ass to win the game. It was a very interesting minigame. It's pretty far. Okay, hold up. Hold on here, I got options. Do that.
Engine 起動。逃げられる。エンジン起動。さっさと倒れたらどうだ。
There probably will be one at some point. With the direction of how this game is going, I'm pretty sure there will be. It's a little unfair. Okay. I wouldn't call that a bad thing, though. I think that's fantastic.
Engine 起動。
I If we're using AK-15 then. Hold up. Okay, cannot be displaced. Alright, in that case...
エンジン起動。さっさと倒れたらどう？
Who has the most dibs on Commander? The most dibs? Bukai? Maybe even Kalina. Dandelion. Yeah, Dandelion hasn't tried anything though. She's just hot. That's basically it. You just act so hot. How come you can't move? Oh, the one's blowing the other way. That's why. Yeah. Okay. I was like how to just spontaneously combusted for no reason. Honestly though, I think if the commander actually made a move on Dandelion, she would be all for it. Like, actually all for it. If only because she actually is basically M4. There's a lot of M4's data. I am having difficulty with the latest one, Federico. I did the first two pretty easily, but the last one is taking me a few tries. So you're not wrong. It is the good type of difficulty.
ジン起動。
訓練の成果ね。現実を知りなさい。
How about DP12? DP12, at least for this event that we just played through, yeah, she has an extreme amount of dibs. She already played husband and wife and everything. And as soon as she logged onto the Yamo, she's like, Commander, please fuck me.
逃げられる。エンジン起動。
I would agree, but the AR team in Squad 44, with exception to Kukai, they tend to be very reserved by comparison to other T-Dolls. This may change later on, and at least as far as Bella is concerned, I still haven't watched her Affinity story yet, so maybe that will change my opinion. But as it stands for right now, they're, at least as far as Ghost Frontline 1 is concerned, the two reserved, unless it's Kukai or M4. So they can't have dibs if they are too afraid to make dibs. Is Helen the new shotgun meta? Helen is, as far as I know, if you got her to V6, she's incredible. That's what I've heard. I've seen some YouTube videos. I didn't watch them, but I saw the thumbnail, and they're like, it's like, did she oh yeah, did she power creep Swomi? And it's like, I don't think so. They seem to have different roles, but I think it's more of like which one is better for the map. But yeah, I don't study the meta like that. Basically, for me, it's just like, hey, what's good for the map, and if it's good, then I'll use that doll. I kind of feel like the game needs to be played like that anyways. Which way we're going now? Left side. Okay. Dylan saying no. So there's your answer.
引っ張らないでよ。 やるぞー。
次の目標を教えてください。
I like that map. I like the gimmick they did on that. I can see why they didn't put it on the in the main story, because wow, what a belly button. I can see why they didn't put it in the main story or do stuff like that in the main story, because it takes a minute. And if you're focused on just reading the story, then it's probably not going to annoy you. So I can see why they did it. I do wish that they would take more risk on the main story and make things more gimmicky. But I like that it's here. Oh, is SOP 2 reserved? So the answer is no. But it's complicated, because whenever SOP mod isn't really flirty with the commander, right? She's kind of more like on the same league as Zhang Yu. Where you're like, ah, SOP mod's adorable, let's pat her head, type of thing. Why wrap the gift? It's just going to be unwrapped sooner or later.
う
I've already decided the gift I want is a beanbag chair.
んありがとう
Please, just deliver it directly to my room. No need to wrap it.
あら
According to the rules, all members will draw gifts in the order of their arrival at the banquet. The banquet hasn't officially started, so it's impossible to draw early.
はあ
The next step is to wrap the gifts. Get to work. So troublesome.
ほっといてよ
A beanbag chair is already hard to wrap. A training sandbag must be even harder.
そう
Those items will be drawn by lottery.
はあ
Wait! Doesn't that mean we can't tell which gift is which by the size of the wrapping?
くそ
The beanbag chair wasn't the gift you wrote down in the first place.
うん
It's okay, Kukai.
大丈夫大丈
There
夫
will definitely be a companion who gets a gift and is too lazy to exchange it. Unfortunately, that person is not you. For the beanbag chair, I'm willing to trade gifts.
うん
I absolutely have to get it. Wrap the gift. Wish granting gift box. A gift box filled with the giver's sentiments. Inside is a gift tag with the corresponding message.
よし
Right now, I'm just confirming the gift distribution process. You can rewrap the gifts later.
はあ
Gift number 15. It's not the beanbag chair.
うん
This game, I remember being super rare. It's completely out of circulation now.
うん
I saw it once at a black market merchant. The price was very high. Is Kukai aware of how strong AK-15 is? Yeah, she is. She definitely is. Like, Squad 4 and Defy have worked a lot with each other in Girls Frontline 1. It must be a gift one of our other companions wants.
うん
Such good taste. You want this gift?
うんうんいいね
There's a high chance of getting the gift I like. The game and beanbag chair are both good. You only get one chance at a lottery, and it's not now.
指揮官もやってみる
Kukai, you must want this gift too, right? Huh?
これが私の創
If
作料
Kukai gets the game, we can play together, okay? We can also invite the commander. Don't think I don't know what you're up to.
うんうんいいね
What a perfect game mechanic. Didn't you initially want to sleep through the banquet?
うん
No, I now declare the banquet to be my most anticipated event.
うん
Did I miss the Diddy part? A banquet. As long as you arrive first, get a gift, and then just stay on the side, right? Are you going to wait until... sorry. Are you going to wait until you can trade the gift you want?
うん
For the gifts I like, I'll occasionally give it my all.
ご心配なく
That's not very difficult compared to combat, is it?
頑張れ
The moment you summon your courage is comparable to participating in a fierce battle.
指揮官
Found you, Commander!
じゃーん
Did you notice anything different about me? It's my makeup. I tried a new eyeshadow color today. Is everyone preparing gifts for the banquet? Uh-oh, it's Vepley. Vepley and her friend's dance number is almost ready. The commander can visit anytime. Vepley looks more retarded. Yeah, we're just talking with Kukai and Meti, and Vepley's like, "Hey, it's me, Vepley!" I'm pretty sure this is how it actually is in the commander's life. He's just talking to dolls, and then another doll comes up and then tackles him down, saying, "Hey, pay attention to me!" Dazzling Radiance. In order to present the most perfect stage effect at the banquet, Sharkry, Vepley, and Yuhi treated every rehearsal as a formal performance, striving for absolute perfection. Oh, are we going to see them dance? Will they actually dance? Will they actually allow that? Raise your arms, maintain your breathing, and keep the most perfect smile. Commander, what are you doing here? Ta-da! The commander's surprise inspection! Vepley invited me to watch your performance rehearsal. You always get to see our performance before we make our dazzling debut at the ball, Commander. Aren't you excited? Don't joke around. The stage isn't ready. The moves aren't finalized, and this dance is far from a perfect piece. Sharkry-senpai, please believe in our dance. Even on an empty stage, we can put on a perfect performance. If there's no stage, we can set up one now. Vepley wants to shine brightly in the commander's heart. Decorate the dance performance venue for the banquet with Yuhi. I'm convinced we died in that tank. All because we got 3 idol dolls. Lights, carpet, sound system, everything is ready. Of course, the most important thing, the makeup, can't be forgotten either. I'm ready to give the commander the latest performance at any time. Stage is set, but the preparations are not yet complete. To present it to the commander in his current state would be too impolite. Sharkry, are you not confident? Of course I'm confident. For the commander's smile, I'll give it my all. It's just a rehearsal. No need to be so serious. It's okay even if there are small mistakes. For a performer, every performance must be the best. Senior Sharkry is right. As a performer, you can't have a half-hearted attitude even in daily training. Everything Sharkry and Yuhi performance is already super duper amazing. It's a dance performance that will capture everyone's attention. This is the performance for the commander. Please keep your eyes on us. No, we didn't get to see them dance. They black screened us. disappointment. Thank God. Thank you, Commander. This was the perfect performance for you. A very excellent performance. Wait, why is Vepley on the Epstein list? Of all the dolls, why would it be Vepley? Commander, did you notice the look I gave you? No, there's a black screen in front of me. I couldn't see shit. Vepley's smile was very energetic. I'm so glad I bring you happiness, Commander. Yuki's dance steps are also very good. All her movements are perfectly standard. It's all thanks to Sharky-senpai's guidance. All the performance moves have been carefully adjusted to ensure every pose shows off our perfect angles. She was kind of there without even knowing where she was. That's Sharky. It's just Sharky's turn now. Don't tell me you can't think of any feedback, Commander. I feel like every aspect of your performance was perfect. Huh? That kind of feedback. There's a strong attraction that draws my eyes to you. I'll take that as a compliment, Commander. On the day of the banquet, we'll put on an even better performance. It's like, you think I'm hot? I've been surprised that they actually made an effort to make that scene. Yeah, I've been surprised too, but I still wanted it. I wasn't expecting it, but I wanted it. Commander, did you like my performance? I liked it very much. Smoking girl. Yeah, Kansai Dorito. I didn't expect Sharky to be the leader of the idol group. She kind of needs to be if she wants to be functional, to be honest. She's the most aggro and assertive out of all three of them. So it makes sense to me. Vepley's too dumb. Yuki is too nice, I guess you can say. Yuki is a super hard worker, but she doesn't have that grit that Vepley does. Not Vepley, that Sharky does. A lot of comrades came to watch this ball performance. The rehearsal schedule for the performance is already packed. Don't work too hard. The dance is supposed to be a chance for everyone to relax. Training isn't hard at all. I wanted to sing too, but then there might not be enough time for rehearsal. Next time, I'm going to sing for everyone. There'll be another banquet, right, Commander? Yeah. I hope you can relax after watching Vepley's performance. Vepley wants to see the Commander smile more. When we were dancing, I was watching you with all my heart, Commander. Commander, can your gaze linger a little longer on Sharky? My gaze during the performance, I didn't really notice. Sharky has been paying close attention to Commander's every move. As a reward for his serious performance, can I take up a little more of your time? Of course. I heard there's a ball at the banquet, a chance to dance with your comrades.
指揮官
Commander, you'll be there, right? Yeah, probably.
ふふん
Then may Shakri have this dance with you, Commander? I haven't learned the dance steps yet.
うんうん
That doesn't matter.
よしよし
It's a promise then. Shakri will come find the commander when the time comes. Damn, forced to dance with Shakri. It's over now.
指揮官
Commander, I'll be performing with everyone soon.
う
Actually, I'm a little nervous.
ーん
Everyone is very talented, but just not making mistakes isn't enough.
盛り上がっていこ
I had to be at my best to wow the audience. It's just a performance on the Elmo. No need to worry too much.
う誰にも負けない自信あるよ
I don't want to disappoint you.
うんうん
I'll convey what I want to say through my dance.
私に任せて
Gratitude, affection, these important feelings must be conveyed. I can feel your sincerity.
眩しいでしょ
I'll work harder. I can see why Yuhi is popular. Honestly, okay, so there's like 3 reasons why Yuhi is popular, or has gotten popular all of a sudden. One is her skin. I think that's the biggest one, is her skin. She's kind of like the progenitor of super hot skins, I would say. Well, maybe Belka, but I think it was really Yuhi that kind of set everyone off, to be honest. The second is her actual trailer. Her trailer is like, in my opinion, is probably the best one we've seen on Global. And then the third one is she's Korean. By that, I mean she represents Korea. And Korea is very into Girls Frontline. There are still some more shortcomings in my dancing. I think it's already perfect.
うーん
It's not enough. We need some more surprises.
私に任せて
There's still some time to prepare, Commander. Please look forward to the day at the ball.
ふふん
You V6'd her for no reason. Honestly, Yuhi at V6 is actually... She probably has the biggest... Well, maybe it's Lewis now. But Yuhi used to have pretty much the biggest power spike for, her dupe. Does this mean DP12 represents America? A lot of characters, a lot of dolls represent America, to be honest. DP12 represents the plot. We got actual screen time for Yuhi. She didn't really pop up in the story, though, in the main story. She had her own event, yeah. Besides rehearsing, Shakri wants to properly learn the techniques of ballroom dancing.
指揮官
By the way, Commander, is there a gift you want? A gift?
うーん
Because you had Groza collect the gifts you wanted, but you didn't tell us the gift you wanted.
うんうん
Did you prepare one for yourself too, Commander?
ふふん
If Shakri can draw the gift to the Commander once, we can exchange gifts, right?
シャークリーに任せて
Even if you haven't prepared a gift, it's okay. Shakri can prepare a separate one for the Commander.
ふふん
A gift exclusively for the Commander. Preparing a banquet for me is already the best gift.
指揮官
The Commander be a little greedy sometimes. Whoa, where'd that come from? Due to being hunted for sport, thanks for the urine in the sea. You mean the Griffin dolls, right? Probably. I mean, agreement's gone. That was the only thing that's stopping them from doing that. But we'll have to see, because Nikita's fine, apparently. Like, Nikita is on that list, but she's not getting detained. I think we will know if the dolls are actually in trouble if they target Mosin Nagant. Because Mosin works at security and she's really good at her job. So if they actually try to take her out, as well as her supporters like Nagant and I guess I wonder if at this point Papa Shot's with them too. The party continues in 1 day and 4... No! They time-gated it! You son of a bitch! Oh no. Really? Really? Y'all gonna time gate this? We had to wait for a DD. I mean, I guess we gotta wait till next week. Let's see what else we got. You know what? I have not been doing these. You must have PC clock? No, at server side. Just end the stream with gross ASMR. The Colossi have taken such a rare shape. The appeal of being an idol is to keep the audience eyes locked on you. Commander, you also have a charisma that surpasses ordinary people. Ah, I just talked to you and I got points. I guess I should actually talk to people whenever I open up the game. Who are you, damn it? Imagine talking to people. Yeah, I know, right? I actually don't have a routine set up here. But I don't even know how to get points. Oh, I see what's going on. It's because I had to actually leave first. Dylan, thanks for the gifted. Thanks for the gifted for Watts on Panza. I appreciate it. There we go. Now I have everyone. I'll try to interact with stuff. An eye poster. I actually really need these right now. And tactical combat gear. Every bite? Okay. Every bite's a taste of happiness. Commander, let's rest for a while. Go for this one. I want to learn more about you. The past... I can't piece together at all anymore. Do you regret losing memory data? Regret? I don't know. I'm not sure how important those missing parts are to me. It's just that, occasionally, I get a little curious. To be featured in the store recently? No. Plot points. How much do I get per sub? I think it's 70% per sub. So it's like roughly $4. Oh wait, no. It depends on how much I'm actually doing per sub. It's the default, but I forgot what the default was. To be completely honest, I don't care. I can't say I pay attention that much to my earnings. Because I pretty much settle on getting like 200 a month. And it's roughly that per month. So I don't really check it anymore. As long as I keep up the content and the streams, that's what I usually round up to. But if I check real quick... Okay. Yeah, so there's like, I got two different tiers, right? I got supporter and enjoyer. So tier 1, tier 2. Tier 1 is 5, tier 2 is 10. And it doesn't tell me upfront how much YouTube is taking. But I'm pretty sure I keep like 80% of it. Or not 80, but 70% of it. 1 mil slowly. Okay, questions. So there's no story even when she comes to the Elmo, like Papa Shah. The thing is that like Rita is a day 1 unit. So day 1 units, they don't come with their affinity stories unlocked immediately. They had to be added over time. So Parita doesn't have one. She doesn't have one unlocked at all. So no affinity stories, no records, no anything. The most... Thanks for becoming a member, Dylan. Did you upgrade yourself? No interactions with Mei-Ling. Let's see. You can chat with her. Not really. We can talk business. Tell her to go back to work. So basically, she's acting as your menu, and you can basically go anywhere with this, except I guess not the campaign. I think you still have to leave and like actually leave in order to reach the campaign. Rolik has her Affinity store in Global. She does. Yeah, I would like more one-on-one with Mailing. Oh, okay, that's the friends list. What else did she want to show us? Oh, commissions. But you kind of can access it just because the commissions have it. Activity layer. So I can't see what these do, but I've been using this one. It does increase your crit rate by 2%. Increasing type by 10 doesn't... I don't think that will matter much. But I think really the most bang for your buck actually is this. Oh, I'll just show Helen, I guess. Show her be a good cook, hopefully. Oh, yeah, she did it easily. In fact, I think that's a perfect animation. It's ready. I made it for your taste, Commander. Come and try it while it's hot. The rich flavor lingers between my lips and teeth, and the aftertaste of happiness is long and lasting. Every bite is a taste of happiness. How is it? It's delicious. Very delicious. It has a nostalgic feeling. That's great. If there's anything else the Commander wants to eat, you can call me anytime. Unforgettable. Thumbs up! Yeah! I can't believe it actually added a fucking thumbs up animation. Holy shit. It's just so out of place. Adult video hub. While doing why they stand in basic fit when cooking, and then well, I guess you need to see it as like the cooking apron, so to speak. You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot we have these too. So even in here, if I remember correctly, we checked this before for Parita, and she just didn't have anything. Oh, she does. We'll do this one first. When does the rest of the ER team drop? You tell me. Commander, are you here to rest too? Come over here, the best spot. I'll give you half. Is there something special about this position? Special? Every position has its own special qualities, I suppose. This is just an ordinary observation point. Speaking of which, I find this place particularly comfortable now. The reason? Is it your presence? So my whole thing, I'm honestly am just a little annoyed that they haven't added in more of the AR team yet, because we literally have all of Squad 404, like quite literally. We have all of the originals and more. And we have almost all of the Phi, and they gave us 2 in one event. And AK-12, I'm pretty sure she's going to be coming out soon. So, at the moment, all we have is Robella. And we have seen Soft Mod, but she's not playable yet. But everyone else is just not around. Like, we don't even see Robella yet. And we don't... I think she's with Persica? I kind of forgot. It's been a while since I've seen Deep Oblivion. I won't say they got sidelined, but they're definitely holding off on talking more about them, despite how important they were in Ghost Frontline 1. If not the most important group in Ghost Frontline 1. Surprised to see me, Commander? Miss me? I've been thinking about you lately, Commander. Thinking about you so much that I prepared a few small gifts for you on the elbow. If you want them, go get them yourself. Then I'll be waiting for your wonderful performance, Commander. Oh wow, Parita's actually kind of tall. Might be the heels, but... Somehow RPK-16 returned. Honestly, Warlock, I agree. The global side of the login screen, I'm surprised it hasn't changed yet. It should have changed already. Like a while ago. Amanda, shouldn't you be looking for the gift I prepared for you right now? How'd she end up here? Did she miss me that much? It's been a while since I had a deep conversation with you, so I came to find you. Are you satisfied with the environment on the Elmo? You're always so elusive, and sometimes you lose contact. I'm a little worried. You're worried about me, Commander? How rare. This bunch of troubled kids on the car does need your care, Commander, but you worry about me? It's not incomprehensible. You invested attention, emotion, and funds into me. So it's natural to feel you have a responsibility for my subsequent situation. Because I, who you're paying attention to, am also one of your works, aren't I? You want to see the value of this living, walking work of art continue to rise. You don't want to see its value fall and thus suffer a loss. A very logical course of action. I'm not interested in you for those reasons. Is it? Rita's mismatched eyes stare at me, as if trying to dig out a satisfactory answer from them. I do hope you can live a better life, but other than that, I have no other request. Oh? How boring. You've always been a consistently good person. That's no fun. Is it more interesting to be acrylic? What you're saying? Of course, Little Rabbit's an idiot. If you tease her a little, she'll get all worked up. How fun is that? I don't think Acrylic will be happy to hear that. Of course she won't be happy. But it's also fun to see her annoyed. Anyways, I'll just slip away in time. I'll go to the green zone, to the purification zone to lie low, to a place where she can't find me for a while. As for the Little Rabbit's wrath, I'll have to trouble you to receive it. Looking at the gentle doll with a smiling face in front of me, I have no doubt that she'll be full of bad intentions. Wow, your expression. So interesting. Why on earth are you not angry? Although I pride myself on knowing you well, every time I think so, you surprise me. People aren't so easily aimed through, Parita, even with your eyes. Then, want to play a game with me? I'll make you very satisfied. I want to know what this game is. The same speech pattern as Sunacia. Might be reading into it a little bit too hard. But thinking about it, she has that same air of mischievousness. Because Parita just said, "Huh, why are you not angry? That's boring." And then, if you remember back in Isolation Force, I think it was AG. In AG, Nature's like, What's wrong? Do you want to hit me? And the commander's like, no. And Luna's just like, oh, aren't you angry? So yeah, there is that same air of like playfulness, I guess you can say, depending on how you look at it. But you know, might be reading a bit too deep into it. Oh yeah, we can't do anything right now. Belongs to any special drink. Bro, we get... I forgot about this. I was like, whoa, hold up. I need to get this. Are you playing on PC? Yeah. The fact that Elmo's still running, yeah, basically all of their money, like everything that the commander gets, he basically puts into the Elmo to keep it maintained. That's why he's always so poor. Sir's apple pie. Okay, shit, how long was that? Close to 2 hours. It is both YouTube and my computer. When it comes to streaming, my computer does struggle a little bit. So it's gonna be a little wonky. Just a little bit. No, it does not. That's why I specified. You think Helen come to? No, absolutely not. It wouldn't fit with the story. Corporation has to happen in order for Helen's event to make sense. Well, with all the dolls coming to the Elmo now, they actually are getting more money, because that's actually why they're not on the Elmo all the time. It's because they're actually out doing commissions for the commander in order to raise more funds. So the Elmo is now getting more money, but there's also more dolls, which means there's more has to be invested in the maintenance as well. They're probably getting more money overall, but that money is still going to the Elmo and the dolls to keep them maintained. And I know Helen in particular wants to really boost their funds, just so they can build that base, or the home, but it's pretty much a base. Both the commander and Helen wants to build a base for everyone and themselves. Assuming the dog community gets on the Elmo, which they should, because that's more or less been spoiled if you do the Infinity stories. That will give us Baltilde, who's also a mechanic, so Mailing will have someone that can help. The mother base. Yeah, I'm going to assume part 2 is going to have the dog community move over to the Elmo at the end. But we'll see what happens. What I miss? You didn't really miss much. But it's also next in global. They should do Deep Oblivion next. By should, I mean that is actually the best move, and if they don't, they're dumb. Antissa should be the I think her name is Fantessa. Yeah, Fantessa should be the sister of the creepy doll. They made dumb Lucifer. I know. That's what worries me. And if it's not going to be Deep Oblivion next, we might have Florence next. I think that's like the only two plausible moves. Unless they really want to throw a curveball and give us Lewis early, which that can kind of sort of work. Although PNC is after Corposant, so I wouldn't go on that. There's also Lind, but yeah, I guess Lind can work. But I think we're more likely to get Florence first if we're not getting Deep Oblivion immediately after, or immediately next. But they really shouldn't do that. They really should just come out with Deep Oblivion. Like right now. Exactly, Pokey. That's why. I want to know your opinion. Will the SF girls ever return? Yeah, they will. They absolutely will. There's no doubt in my mind regarding that. They're coming back. Now, will all of them come back? Probably not. Because we're not even getting all of the Griffin dolls as playable characters. But I think the highest likelihood is going to be of the returning of the existing SF dolls that we know. I think the highest likelihood is going to be Beak, because she's closely related to M16, and I highly doubt those two have separated, because for whatever reason the Mika team has made it so that those two are practically inseparable. Like even when you play as M16 in Ghost Frontline 1, Beak is used as an ability. So I think the highest probability is Beak comes out with M16. Agent Paratrops O'Neill. It also helps that Beak had no screen time in Ghost Frontline 1 for whatever reason. So they might try to fix that issue in Ghost Frontline 2. I think she was one of those characters that actually really needs screen time. I haven't heard of anything about Dreamer being in space. I don't think we're seeing Narcissus. Or Sana for that matter. Parias? That is a possibility. Oh, that wasn't an implication. That actually happened. That happened during Slow Shock. Man. I'm like, man. This stream was shorter than I thought it'd be, and it's only because we got cock blocked. So 2 hours, huh? I mean, I did stream a lot on Tuesday, so I'm not that meh about it. Tomorrow it is gonna be a Nikkei day, but yeah, I like streaming. I guess you could say. Let me see. Yeah, should play Halo. Honestly, if I was gonna play anything that was not gonna be GOTS related or Ghost Frontline related, I would actually play StarCraft. Because I actually really like the story of StarCraft. Continue reverse collapse. There is that too. But I played reverse collapse so little on stream that I'm not really can your of course it can. StarCraft is an old game. Both 1 and 2. Ghost Frontline 2 is actually more advanced than StarCraft 2 actually. Like, if you actually look back on my, well, not on this channel, but on my old channel, I streamed StarCraft Ladder. Oh, Star Citizen. Yeah. Yeah, reverse collapse takes a very long time. So Nixon, regarding your question about plot threads not talked about, honestly, they have been talking a lot of the major points. So right now it's more about the small ones, like the one we constantly talk about is Paretha. The other is what's happening with the other dolls, SF. What's going on with Perska? Because Perska showed up in PNC, but the way how PNC shows up, we can assume that, or we can't assume that it happened immediately after Corposant. So it can kind of just show up whenever it wants, as long as it's after Corposant. How long until open during global? If I remember correctly, on the stream that they did, they said that they wanted to release it around the same time as CN, which that obviously did not happen. So we don't know. I'm kind of expecting it to happen at the end of the year for anniversary. Yeah, with the job live. If I would honestly love to stream every day and just do whatever. But yeah, as long as a job is in place, that's not feasible. Now, it would be awesome if my YouTubing was enough for me to just basically live comfortably, or even minimally, while also streaming. But 200 a month is not enough. Hey, always rewards. Yeah, that'd be nice. They probably are saving it for the anniversary. That would be the best time to unleash it, but they've also been pretty bad with their scheduling on the global side. At least as far as I know, they have not been paying attention to the reactions that global has been doing. They really need to... I had to hope that they hired a PR team, a foreign PR team, just so that they can keep a better pulse on the global side of things. If they follow everything, Corposant will not be landing on the anniversary. They have to do a bit of finessing with everything with the way how their accelerated schedule's been working. You can basically fit in two events in 1 month, 2 minor events in 1 month. So Lena and Lainey together is 1 month. Lind and Florence is 1 month. Deep Oblivion is 1 month. That's already 3 months. So Corposant can't land on December unless they do some finessing. This is why people are starting to make the assumption that they'll push back Deep Oblivion to December. That way it lands on the anniversary. Which is why they're thinking that they'll do the filler. And then they might pull something from what we're getting now in CN to cover November. It didn't do Deep Oblivion for anniversary. Yes, exactly. That'd be brutal. I do not believe they should do that. Not at all. Like, absolutely not. What would you even add there? The only thing they could add is PNC. That'd be their only option. Was Affiliate our last main story? So the last major event we had was Affiliate. The thing is that like they should be aware now, at least at the moment, that global is kind of in a fragile spot at the moment. There are people slowly bleeding out on the global side. Now the Chinese side is hemorrhaging, like they're going very badly at the moment. But the global side it's holding steady, but they are slowly bleeding. So in order to stop that bleeding, they should really stick with the story layout that they have at the moment. I have, yes. There is some truth on his video. I think a lot of it is sensationalized. But there is some truth to his video that I agree with. I mean, long story short, the main point that Styx made in his video is that it's the company just isn't treating their player base well. Which, yeah. Yeah. So the thing about streamers and stuff like that is, well, actually, that's actually a fair amount of YouTubers for FGO. I think streamers is less important. Honestly, I stream for fun. I don't really stream for a purpose, really. I know I have like the read-through series, but that's really just for fun. I love experiencing the story with you guys. It's a long story. It's a really captivating story. I love showing it off. And I know for the CN side of things, a lot of people, they can't play CN side of things because they don't want to give their information to China. So it's also kind of a service. But I think just having YouTube content, that's more important. And I would say YouTubers are underestimated in how far their reach can be when the demand is there. But the big thing about Styx was that he was definitely he wasn't a dedicated Ghost Frontline YouTuber, right? But he had the biggest reach and he had the most influence. Just because he has a lot of what's what I'm looking for? Clout. I guess the best way to put it. He had a lot of clout. As if the government doesn't already have info. Yeah, I know, right? So just losing someone like Styx, or rather, not necessarily losing him, because he said that he'll come out when the game gets better, but he's currently not a supporter of the game anymore. So that's just like another thing on the pile of shit that the global side has at the moment. Like someone else speaking bad about the game that has some reach. Now, I will say that ahead of time, I like Styx. I have no issues with Styx whatsoever. I talked to Styx personally, actually. I like him. He does report on the news, and it's a little bit unfortunate, a little bit not unfortunate. It really depends on how you see it. a lot of the news that he gets is on his Reddit, and a fair amount of it tends to be drama related. So I've seen him follow the stuff for Ghost Frontline, especially the skin gotcha stuff. He does his best to keep things in line, and he does his best to make sure that he only does the facts. But absolutely, with the way how information is given to him, the majority of the time it is negative, yeah. Yeah, and the reason why he stopped doing MMOs is because MMOs are bad now, and they're all slop at the moment. Like, the last good MMO we had was Final Fantasy 14. And that hasn't changed for a really long time, except unless you want to say that WoW is equal or better. So it's really just WoW and Final Fantasy 14. Maybe Guild Wars 2 is in that conversation every once in a while. But no other MMO has really made a name for itself. So talking about MMOs isn't really good content anymore. So he swapped the gotcha. Could be worse. It could be like the Destiny community. Yeah, I used to watch Destiny content as well. It's a rough time over there. I'm surprised people still playing the game, to be honest. Speaking of DL, the event menu on the... Oh yes, I did see that. I did see that. Can we say it's a hint? Probably. It probably is. Diablo Immortal? Yeah. The don't you have phones type of thing, yeah. That made a lot of money, by the way. But it was a lot of short-term money. I don't think they made good money long-term. GFO last year spread misinfo about how every well dropped at GFO because the unsatisfied with changes were a big lie. So I can't say anything about GFO. Because, oh, FGO, yeah. I can't say anything about FGO. Because I didn't follow him when he was talking about FGO. I mainly only follow him when it comes to like his reviews and the Ghost Frontline drama. I do like watching his reviews of games he tries out and getting his personal opinion. The Destiny gotcha? Nah, I'm good. I think I did, but it was like a really long time ago. I remember him saying that it's a really confusing game. It's a game that showed its age, and it's really confusing. Which, that's true. If there's anything about you can say about Ghost Frontline, the one thing you can criticize is that it's really hard to get into. What thoughts on Psyche? I like Psyche. I didn't like his review of Ghost Frontline 2. I think it was awful. Like, genuinely awful. And after, like, his review of Ghost Frontline 1 was fine. It wasn't fantastic, but it was fine. Ghost Frontline 2 was awful. His review of Ghost Frontline 2 was awful. When he made his comparison between of Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves and how both main characters are bad, are both the both main characters are bad in their stories. Yeah, it was primarily the main characters, about how Rover doesn't have a motivation and stuff like that. A lot of people jumped on him for that, and during the time I didn't actually play Wuthering Waves like that, but so I did it recently. I played a lot of Wuthering Waves and paid attention to the story and got to the latest chapters. And then I went back and watched his review, and I was like, oh, that's why people were angry, because yeah, he was completely wrong on stuff like that. Like, it was actually kind of terrible. And I can understand where Psyche was coming from. The way how he interprets the story and the way how he enjoys stories is different from the norm. And it's kind of hard to explain. And I kind of don't want to talk too deep about it. Mainly because I would actually have to do some research and refresh my memory. And I don't want to like throw out too much stuff about it. But Psyche is a good reviewer. Like, he's popular for a reason, and people value his opinion for a reason. And I like talking. I talked to him before too, and I like him. But absolutely, his Girls Frontline 2 review was dog shit. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Bro said, I'm assuming that this is about sticks. Bro said he can't clear the 5th chapter, and the game doesn't tell him where to place dolls, which was said to him on a menu on his video. Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen his Girls Frontline 1 review in a very long time. I just know that his primary thing was that, like, the game is confusing. He likes the game, but it's confusing, and you can tell it's an older game. Which, it is true. They're doing a collab. Oh, yeah. I do like Damachi. I have seen that, actually. I do follow Azure Lane on Twitter just because they're wild with their trailers, their skin trailers. I love that shit. So yeah, I did see Hestia as a collab character. I'm like, oh, maybe this will get me to play it. Have you continued to play PGR on your own? Slowly. I have been working much harder on making that summary video, which should be out, if not this weekend, then for sure next week. But yeah. Think the blue boxes, dude. Psyche just plays a game like 1 month. It depends on the game. I know for some games he played like 4 months. He does aim for a month, but there are some where he will play for more than that, depending on if he feels like he needs to do so, or if he's just really enjoying it and he does want to put the game down. Has Psyche been more sloppy with his reviews? Based on what I've seen, there might be a downgrade in quality. Because I do know that there's a bit more complaints lately in his reviews. But he's also saying an unpopular opinion, so I don't want to just outright say his reviews have gotten worse. Maybe it's more the fact that he's gotten more opinionated. Now, I will say from an objective standpoint, when I say that his review in Girls Frontline 2 is shit, it's primarily because, objectively speaking, the information he has gotten is either without the needed context, or it's just factually incorrect. Like, my primary issue with him saying Ghost Frontline 2 is bad, and that it doesn't live up to Ghost Frontline 1, you are free to have an opinion that Ghost Frontline 1 is better than Ghost Frontline 2. In fact, I would say in some ways I would agree with that. Not entirely, like not even close to entirely, but I can see why people say that. But with the way how he explains why that is the case, it's like very shallow and very surface level. And he doesn't do much to actually explain further than that. Which is why I say his opinion is shit, and his review is shit for Ghost Frontline 2. His FGO review, I can't really say anything on that because, well, I don't play FGO like that. I've been trying to, but there's too much on my plate. I can't play every gacha game, unfortunately. But I can tell he was very passionate about that video. He even made a follow-up recently, saying that if he explaining if he still held those same feelings as when he did that review. It's still better than Black Ops 7. D-Bad Jansen, I think that's exactly the same feeling I had for his Ghost Frontline 2 review when I listened to it. He already has something in his head, and he just did his best to justify it. There wasn't really anything that led up to that. Ghost Frontline 1 gameplay seems fine to me. I appreciate all the small details in the chibis. Yeah, like, so if you guys remember a while back, or if you ever look at my Twitter, you will see a post of me saying how much, basically, I just slammed Ghost Frontline 2 for a post, and then I made a follow-up post because a lot of people, especially on the Ghost Frontline 2 Discord, were bitching that I praised Ghost Frontline 1 because they don't believe that Ghost Frontline 1 is a good game, and they say Ghost Frontline 2 is a way better game, just by convenience alone, more or less. Convenience and modernization, I guess you can say. I will always say that I hold no real opinion on which game is better because I'm not going to say the whole, oh, they're entirely different games bullshit. I think that's a really dumb way to express that. I think they are both strong in different aspects, and you can appreciate those different aspects. I love Ghost Frontline 1 because of how unique it is. It's a very unique game. And there isn't really a game like Ghost Frontline 1, and it hasn't been one like Ghost Frontline 1 for a very long time. Which is why I say I believe Ghost Frontline 2 would have been very successful if it was just Ghost Frontline 1, but better. Literally that. So it feels like a major missed opportunity for Ghost Frontline 2 to not do that, because there's a lot of issues with Ghost Frontline 1 that can only be fixed by making a new game. I have seen that game actually, Square Brain. Actually, I have it downloaded on my phone. I haven't played it yet, but I have seen the game. I think saying that it's Ghost Frontline 1 style may be a little bit overselling it, but I can see why people are saying that. But I wouldn't call it Ghost Frontline 1 style. I love Ghost Frontline 1 because RBK is there. And yeah, I think the commander is a major selling point for the Ghost Frontline series, like an actual major selling point. At least he is to me. Obviously, he's not going to be front and center on the page, because, well, Jin Tian is, but the male commander isn't like a hot waifu who can just take her top off and then show her boobies, but you know what I mean? When you actually get into the game and get involved into the story, you have a big appreciation for the commander. I think out of all of the quote-unquote self-inserts, I think the commander's the best one. Based on the games I played, and I played a fair amount of gacha games. You'd be correct, Federico. I get the vibe that the majority of people play as male commander. And Commandant. Yeah, I haven't really gotten through PGR yet to see how the Commandant develops. Make you change your opinion. Yeah, and I think so. Here's my only solid and like real issue with the main character being able to swap genders, and it's only like one issue. Otherwise, I love the female commander. I don't really have an issue with her whatsoever. I just prefer playing male in video games, which wasn't the case back when I was a teenager, but nowadays I resonate a lot more with playing as a male character. My only real issue is that the story has to cater to both genders, and thanks to that, what games usually tend to do is that all of the interactions have to be gender neutral. So due to that, you know, you can't really say, oh, Helen moves your hand between your legs and starts stroking your dick. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, what if the commander's female? Obviously, that's an extreme example, but that's just me trying to drive the point home. Yeah, that's basically what it is. No nursing hand job. Exactly that, Voltor. That's my only issue. It's the only reason why I do wish that they just pick one gender, even if it was female. I do wish that they just pick one gender and then just stuck with it. Or at the very least, if they do both genders, at least put in the effort to have differing dialogue depending on which gender you picked, like how they did with Persona 3. Persona 3 Portable. Make Jin Tian a Buddha. and felt like I could not say. You guys say it all the time. Oh, I just saw your post, Nixon, about like, your main complaint is that, well, your headcanon for the commander's future is that he has a kid with Kalina. Going to be a Hardy, he's a girl. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. You know what? That's funny. I actually have not heard the female voice in this game, so I don't have an opinion on that. The pink hair throws you off. It is very different, yeah. I do feel like that they did the pink hair as a reference to Jintian, and maybe that was a mistake. Maybe. This Dier, poor Dier. He's never gonna live that down with the community. Did they have gone with the female professor look instead? Okay, look, the female professor is hot as hell. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. She's like, wow. I saw the female professor once, like it's like official art once, and I was like, wow, I am hot as fuck. What the hell? But yeah, they should have gone with the female professor look. Plus, having a female commander kind of take away from the role, I kind of don't feel like that. But I also don't pay attention to genders like that. Like, I think it's totally fine to have like multiple female badasses. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just don't really pay attention to that. That's just me personally. I do think personally, I feel that. Yeah, I understand. I do feel personally, it is more fitting for the commander to be male. But I 100% see that as an opinion, and I feel like if they actually put in the effort, they can make a female commander work very, very well. But I do think they are catering towards the male audience, and therefore the main character will be male. Essentially, I think that's as simple as it gets. Make female professor a skin from male commander. I agree. Yeah, I agree too. Like it's my only complaint about it, but it also doesn't really bother me that much. It's just that when you actually get to like those intimate scenes where like it's like a very real thing where, you know, the dolls are like actually horny and they're about to do things to the commander like how Jiang Yu was about. Like she was actually about to go in. I just had a thought process where like, okay, what Jiang Yu actually did was get on top of you and then lock your hips down with her thighs. And so basically she was sitting right on your dick, more or less. So I just imagined, well, if I was female commander, that would make less sense. Running down the road screaming segs. Wait, what? What did that happen? Okay, that happened during Jiang Yu's Affinity story. Long story short, Jiang Yu said, "Stop treating me like a kid. I want to be an adult too." And then the commander's like, "Why? Like, why do you want to change so badly?" And then Jiang Yu said, because if you don't treat me like I think he said something like, if I'm not seen as an adult, then we can't fuck." Basically. And then once she said that, she actually jumped him. And she's like, "My feelings are just as strong as everyone else's. I'll show you what an elite dog can do." With her pupils gone, and she was actually like in a state of horny because her pupils were actually gone during that scene. She was tired of watching Kukai. And then they start scissoring off screen. I don't remember T-Dolls being that horny in Ghost Frontline 1. The majority of the time that wasn't the case. I'm trying to remember, besides NK28. But NK28 is a very different doll. The worst it has gotten is like, you know, they egg the commander on. Like the one I always go to is when Lewis is like in her swimsuit and she tries to get the commander to touch her by putting on oil on her, and the commander's like, "Nah, you should get someone else to do that." And then Lewis is like, oh no, I'm out in the sun with no sunscreen. I'm going to fry my neuro cloud. Oh, I'm gonna have a lonely neuro cloud that's fried because the commander wouldn't touch me." Something like that. But yeah, I would also say the 10 years also had a lot to do with that. The 10 years of no commander contact, and also having a hellish life overall for most adults, it seems like. Because we also have to keep in mind, a lot of the dolls were not civilians. Like, they were just T-dolls from the very beginning, and they were just put into the Griffin base, and then the commander took care of them. So once the commander was gone, and they got thrown out into the world, they had 10 years of basically being traumatized by the world. So yeah, I can see them actually being significantly more lustful for the commander, because they also miss their old home, and their old home was a commander. Was playing 4D chess. Like, if I'm gone for 10 years to get milk, everyone will love me. Yeah, that kind of seemed like Helen had even for Girls 101. Yeah. Which is why Helen probably handled it the best out of everyone. But I guess even Helen was like, nah, this place sucks. Like, nah, I just want the commander. Like, commander, please come back. Like, the ones I know for sure had a good, not a good life, but a life in general previously before Griffin was DP12, Spaz, and M82A1. Those are the ones I know for sure had a previous life and their lives were not that great. She did go crazy, more or less. I mean, she's always liked the commander, but Lind as well. Yeah, Lind. I didn't really read up on Lind though. I just know what Lind's about. We never got a full talk on Thunder's backstory. It is, I guess you can say it's artist headcanon, but I think it is authoritative enough that you can take it as that. But yeah, M4, when she was stuck in the void, it was said that she was just drifting in the void for a really long time. We also had to keep in mind that the void is timeless. So we don't actually know how long she was actually in the void, doing nothing. So she actually built simulations in her head where she dreamt of the commander, more or less. And that's how she got so obsessed about the commander. Which now it isn't so crazy to think about because Helen literally did the same thing. Like, actually literally did the same thing. So we can't even blame M4 about that. Yeah. I think Helen is fine now because she's with the commander. But definitely when she was informed that the commander was found by one of her friends, by Nikita. I'm pretty sure. No, not Nikita. Nikita and Baltilde. It's like, oh yeah, we met the commander. Like, Helen, who was acting like a super spy, calm and collected and focused, she fucking brain broke when she heard that. She's like, you seen the commander? Like, can I talk to him, please? How's he doing? Like, yeah, she might have gotten injected with some Lunacia data with how she reacted. Oh yeah, it's a very understandable reaction. Yeah, I'm aware of that, Nixon. It's vague enough that they can change it, you can say, and make it like more lighter thing. But I think it's very reasonable to say that did happen to her. And there's nothing that has ever contradicted that. You know what, Dylan? I'm pretty sure it's because of the angles. Because I actually asked that on Twitter. It's like, how come there was no reaction to Cocoon until now? But I think it's literally because of the angles. We only got a front side view, and she didn't look that monstrously big. But now everyone knows. Now everyone is aware. Cocoon should be as big as Helen, actually. They're literally the same model. Or, I should say literally the same model, but, she has Helen's data. Basically, the way how Cocoon was made is that they copy-pasted DP12's data and her frame, and then just deleted the frame, or and then just delete the data in the frame. Changed her hair up, and then made her evil. But I am actually very interested in seeing Cocoon. Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing Cocoon meet the commander. Because Cocoon can't get rid of the memory of the commander. She literally can't. Like, even though she controls her own frame and she's constantly deleting herself and reformatting herself, she can't get rid of the commander in her head. So I'm really interested in seeing that interaction. Bonus gives me things. Yeah, that kind of deal, Noble Tenshi. Because we know it actually affects her greatly, because she tried to do the same thing about with KSVK. She wanted KSVK back for no other reason than to have her. Yeah, sadly, Beltis is one and done, yeah. Yeah, what about KSVK? Is she special or something? You mean her history? Like, what do you mean specifically? Basically, KSVK and DP12 lived together before Griffin. Then KSVK lost the memories. But DP12 always, basically, Helen made it her sole mission to protect KSVK. Because she saw herself as her mom. And I would have to assume that Cocoon has that same maternal instincts towards KSVK. But she's more evil, I guess you could say. So if she still has those same instincts towards KSVK, then I imagine her reaction to the commander, if she ever saw him, would be very similar. Are we done coming out on stream? No, I don't have her on global side. I'll change that soon, but I don't have her on global side yet. Then crashing out real bad. Like, Cocoon's like, motherfucker, why can't I kill you? Ah! Like, instead of shooting you with this gun, I want your gun instead! Why? Evil commander or our commander? I mean, or at least in the Ghost and Shell one, it was our commander. Venom Groza? I actually think it'd be a similar thing. In fact, I would say Groza Alter is even more likely for that to happen. She would capture him and drink Commander every night. RPK the Commander. But I will be in your skin from now on. Remember Groza Alter not killing Kalina? She also didn't kill Dylan, please. She also didn't kill Softmod. Even when she was fully capable of doing so. Hey, that's funny. I extended the stream by an hour. Alright, I feel a lot better. How was Helen in combat so far? I like her, personally. If you're looking for damage, you're not getting it from her, unless you have her duked out. But her support abilities are very strong. I like her. Is her shield good or just a gimmick? Her shield's good. Not as good as V1 V1 Swami. You still want to use her for shields. Mainly like the the actual good part about Helen is her overall support abilities. But if you just want shields and strong shields, you want V1 Swami. That's still better. Yeah, absolutely. I love chatting too. I love using Ghost Frontline as just chatting. Yeah, exactly. Like you want to use Helen for her buffs, not just his shields. Well, the thing is, I'm not sure this is unfortunate or not, but the whole thing about the shields is that they locked it down to an element, which is ice. They gave all the elements their own sort of gimmick. So with water is over HP. Like it's raising your max HP. With ice, it's shields. With fire, it's actually I think they're trying to reinvent fire, but originally with fire, it was just overwhelming support attacks. With electricity, it's defense down. Not anymore, but yeah, they gave defense down to everyone. But with electricity, used to be down. Used to be about the defense down. Now it's about the little gimmick that they have with the positive electricity and negative. Oh yeah, positive charge and negative charge, and the highest ability breaking. Yeah. What else am I forgetting? Yeah, physical. Physical is just physical is now the defense shredder. If you're primarily physical, you should be able to defense shred in some way. And I'm actually not sure what corrosion does. Like, what's their gimmick? I guess it's dots. If only motion support work without stability break, it does. If you have her mod key, it'll work without stability break. You consider writing a plot about how to brainwash the Sexton and Blue Snowball. Corrosion is just Klukai booming. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I hope Rita gets a buff soon. I think she needs like a bit of a buff to be less reliant on her teammates. I'm really interested in how they're going to work Fantusta, especially now that she's our next melee unit, which, man, it's been a while since we got one of those. But okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and end stream. Biggest reason why is because I want to actually get that video done of the summary. That's been a thing that I've been working on, and I want it done this weekend. So I'm go ahead and end stream. Tomorrow it'll be Nikkei, and if we had time after Nikkei, I'll probably do gameplay of Ghost Frontline too. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But alright. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Good talking to y'all, as always.